Okay, Christina here to listen to some music, and today's music selection is Piano Man by Billy Joel. So you might be wondering, how in the world has she not heard this song? Well, I have, but I don't know it very well. Enough that when this direct request came up, I was like, I definitely know of this song, but I never sat down to listen to it on my own. It's just been in the background in a couple of places. There was one time when I was a teenager that I was with friends and either somebody played it on a tape or it was on the radio and they all were like joining in and singing. And I was like, what is this song? I don't know the words. Okay, so I know the general melody. I can picture a piano man, but I've never sat down to really experience it myself. So I think I'm way past due on doing that. And I'm happy to do it here on the channel. We have all kinds of experiences here on the channel. And with these experiences, what are we doing exactly? I am a professional, classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So with this music, we look at how it's composed, the instrumentation, a little form and analysis, or maybe some instrument demos. And also, how do we relate to this music? Why do we like it so much? Or maybe why do we not like it? So I am ready to finally dive into this song and appreciate it. Maybe I'll finally know what my friends were so excited about back in the day. Okay, so no more delay. Let's finally listen. Okay, here we go.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. A regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me?
Okay. Well, yeah, so I do remember some of the melody line. I had forgotten that there was a harmonica in it. There's something fun and quaint about a harmonica. Like every time I hear it used in something, I'm like, oh, excellent. Because it's very unique sounding. There is actually a classical harmonica concerto, maybe more than one actually, but I know of one that exists. I've played it in like the accompaniment in a symphony before. It's really fun. But anyway, I love the use of the harmonica in this. All right, the word that's coming to mind is classic. I see why this is such a classic song. I had also forgotten here, he jumps up the octave. So it's familiar enough, but it's still sort of taking me by surprise. Okay, so the harmonica is really fun. The use of the left hand in the piano line, I think, is what is calling to me right now. And also his voice. His voice is lovely. And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen him perform like this, except I know this is the official video. The other video that I know of his, the other song, and this coincides with my childhood a little bit, is because I was not around when this song came out, but it was a really fast song. Lots of words. He's in a kitchen. Oh, We Didn't Start the Fire. Okay, that's the song I know. And that one, I didn't ever have the album, but it was on the radio all the time. So I heard that a lot. That's kind of more how I know Billy Joel. So this is sort of a first look for me here. Fabulous voice. The whole thing, like I said, classic so far. Let's back it up and get into the part where he goes up the octave.
Love to his tonic and gin. He says, I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 li li la, la la li li la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke or to light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, Bill, I believe.
Okay, going up the octave again. It's fantastic. All right. His voice sounds equally good in the lower octave and the higher octave. It's really, really neat. Like equally comfortable. And he's got such control. I like his vibrato. So I remember the piano being in this song, and it's the piano man, but there are other instruments in here, and I never would have guessed. So I heard, besides the harmonica, there's a bass, electric bass, upright bass, something, and I think an accordion, and a mandolin, I think. So I'm trying to think why he would choose those instruments. I think the unifying detail is like a pub, a bar. So he's talking about, I'm assuming, the piano man playing piano at a bar. I'm still trying to pay attention to the words. I'll go back and catch them, I promise. But globally, there are other instruments that you would see in pubs or bars. Another instrument would be like, violin, fiddle, that you would see in some cultures in the pubs, playing a lot of traditional folk music. So are we going to have a violin in this one? I'd be fine with that. Okay, so classic hooks, the bass line that descends all the way down, and then the la-di-da part going to the minor key, but doesn't stay there too long. That's some good writing. Okay, so here we go. He went back up the octave. Let's hear some more.
He says, Bill, I believe this is killing me, as a smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. Oh, la 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 di di da, la la di di da, da da. Now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife, and he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. good crowd for a Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer, and they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Oh, la la la, di-di-da, la la, di-di-da, da-da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling all right.
Okay. Well, I think I've finally been charmed by it. I really wish I could either go back in time or gather all of those friends from when I was a teenager around me and, like, get to join in with them and how they enjoyed it. Because I think that's where I first heard this song, is when all of my friends who seemingly all knew this song, like every word, I'm like, hey guys, what happened? What? I don't know. That would have been a fun, magical musical moment. But that's okay. I've had plenty since then. You can't win them all. But, it's like, okay, I finally get it. And so the meaning behind it, that he's talking from the point of the piano man in a bar, and that he's witnessing all the different characters that come in. And then he's saying something about how he knows that they're all coming to the bar to see him, and being like, wow, dude, you are so good. Why are you here doing this? That's an interesting take. So is it autobiographical? It sounds like maybe it is. So maybe he was a piano bar musician for some years before he hit it big, and he was getting really good, and maybe those are actually people that he witnessed. And if that's the case, that's really cool. Okay, so then is there some idea of grandeur here? If that is his own story, then he was too good to be there. So I don't think this is a story of failure. It's a story of success, and he's just reliving it. Is it good memories for him? I think mostly so. Maybe he was sort of anxious about what his future was going to be, but for the most part, he was trying to make the best of that job that he had, and he did have a lot of time to work up his chops and enjoy his music, get really good at it, get really good at the performing. I know I certainly have had lots of gigs like that where I sort of play the same music over and over again, but every time I do, I focus on how I'm playing it, and I try to improve my own technique more and more. So sometimes jobs like that can really be beneficial to your playing. If you're there too long, though, it can kind of wear you down, I bet. So if it is his story and he obviously moved on from there, then, like I said, it's a success. Okay, but the music. Can it just exist with just the piano and the voice? Yes, I think it can. Honestly, that piano part is so fantastic that I'm kind of itching to go and work up the song myself. And I don't even need to sing with it. Just playing the piano part is kind of satisfying enough. But then if you do put the vocals with it, then great. But then all of those other little instruments, do they need to be there? That's a tricky question. I definitely think that they made it more special. The harmonica, I think, definitely needs to be there. But still, the piano part can stand on its own. But the harmonica is definitely one of the big supporting actors here, the supporting roles. But I'm mainly talking about the other instruments, like the bass line that was brought in to emphasize the left hand in the piano. There was just a little bit of a percussive sound to the bass line. You could really hear the plucking of it, and it just sort of brings out that amazing bass line in the piano even more. And a lot of it had octaves playing all the way down in the piano part. It just made it even more special. But then we have the accordion and the mandolin. That just sort of makes it sparkle even more. There's something vintage about it, timeless. It's even now. That's why this is a classic. It's timeless. So yes, of course, he's going to put more timeless and globally traditional instruments in there in the background that are associated with a pub. I still say there could have been a fiddle, a violin in there, somewhere in the background. Okay, but the star of the show, besides Billy Joel and his smooth as silk voice, man, he's got a fantastic voice, is the piano, as I was saying, to the point where it can almost stand completely on its own. But how he was playing it, I was hoping they would show his hands on the keyboard, because in the thick of the song, he's just like pounding on the keys, and there's just something so satisfying about that feeling. Like I can feel it right now, like right there. Just bum 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 bum. It's so texturally satisfying, even on the physical side of things. So with this piece, there are the moments where it's just like, and then there are the lighter, little sparkly moments. And so that would include when they bring in the global instruments, the more vintage instruments, including the harmonica. And then the little transitions in between the verses and the chorus. It gets really, really sensitive in those moments. And then there's the la-di-da part. That is some brilliant writing there. So let's try to find a couple of these spots. Let's find that first transition that's so sensitively done. That transition right there.
It's nice.
Okay, so in the beginning, this is the beginning of the song, it doesn't seem so sensitive there because everything around it is still kind of more sensitive. But later on, when he's like pounding and he's up the octave, when that transition comes in, it's like, okay, that's where we can take a breath again. So let's find when that happens later and acts as that moment to like, okay, remember to breathe. Because it's just so great to hear that you almost hold your breath.
And you've got us feeling alright.
Okay. All right. Time to breathe.
It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday.
That was putting on the brakes. So it's such a good transition moment, the chords in there. It's so yummy that in the first time, like the first half of that transition, he was still like really playing it, but then it's like, okay, all right, we had our fun, but now really time to take a little breath. It's a really good diminuendo there. Okay, I'm also hearing a guitar, I think. I didn't notice that one before. But right there, I was like, oh, I think I hear a guitar. Again, excellent pub bar instrument. Okay, so let's go to the la-di-da part.
If I could get out of this place, oh la 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 di di da, la la di di da.
Okay, the one note that makes this so special in the left hand. That, the F sharp there. Let's hear it. Yeah, but then that's what they use to pivot back into the major key. Into G major there. The G major is the transition back into C major. Oh, that's just so good. And so how many times does that happen in the song? It's at least twice. Is it 3? So there's a lot of repetition in this song. I am going to look up the lyrics just to see how much that refrain happens. I love it. He says, "Son, can you play me a memory?" Oh, I love that line. Oh, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. Oh, fantastic lines there. Okay, so there's the la-di-da. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the la-di-da thing happens 3 times. There are 4 verses, and then the chorus is each time in between. So to me, it seemed like there was a lot of repetition. And it's not that I minded any of it. It's so good, you just want to keep hearing it again and again. But I guess there was a little instrument solo, wasn't there? Yeah, and we got to see his hands up close. Ooh, let's go back to that. Where was it?
But it's better than drinking alone.
You hear the mandolin? Okay, here it is. That was... Okay, just getting nitpicky. But in the right hand, I heard an octave D. And I didn't see his right hand playing an octave. I just saw the little pinky. I don't think it was being covered by the left hand, but anyway, just getting nitpicky there. It's okay that it's not the same, but anyway. All right, let's back it up and hear this again. I want to hear the whole instrumental part because I love, like how I was saying, how he's just so into the piano. That's such a fun feeling. He's just having such a good time. And even though everyone is there in the bar with their own lives and their own situations, their own stories, they take notice of him and they're like, ooh, this guy can play. Let's go listen to him. Okay, so let's hear this instrumental solo. Yeah, doesn't quite match up. That's okay. Listen to that. So it was going down in that descending line to get out of the instrumental solo, but then it kept going into the chorus. Let's see that. Let's see how far the left hand actually goes down. That was awesome. So it was like that's like a full octave that we just kept going down, 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 down. That's fantastic. And again, that's a sense of good writing. It's all going to seem really seamless and well balanced if you can hand off from one key to the other just like that and keep doing. I'm sure that when he realized he could do that with the left hand, he was like, this is fun. I know if I were playing that part, I'd be like, yeah, I love this little part where it just keeps going on down. Well, I love his little improv, sort of bluesy, little bit of jazz, but most like bluesy improv on the piano. He's good. He's really good. Okay. I want to pay attention to his voice now. Obviously, I'm taken by the piano part, which makes sense, piano man, piano part for the piano man. Okay, but let's hear his voice. We'll hear it in the lower octave at the beginning with the softer tone. I love those arpeggios there too.
9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Smooth as silk.
A regular crowd shuffles in.
It's got a great range. He can hit the lower notes.
Sitting next to me, making love to
almost.
his tonic
That note was almost too low for him. Excellent harmonica. It makes it more relatable. Okay.
He says, son, can you play me
That crescendo was there
melody?
for a reason.
I'm not really
Supported him
sure
going up the
how it
octave.
goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and
Oh, I love this
knew
line.
it complete when I wore a young man's clothes.
Reminiscing, so we go into the la 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 la. There's that F sharp. F sharp, pivot. And we're back.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man.
The descending line.
Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the
Love it. I love that so much. And of course, his voice. Again, he sings with as much ease in the lower octave as he does in the higher octave. And that's all in his chest voice. I wonder if he's got a head voice that he uses. I bet it would be beautiful. If there's a song out there in which he does that, let me know. Because all I know of him is a more straightforward tone like that, like the chest voice. But the other song that I know, the We Didn't Start the Fire song, he doesn't really ever get to sing. It's like, it's just really, really short. You don't get to hear him sing these long, beautiful lines. He's really got a great voice. I never really noticed that before. Well, I guess it's never too late. Okay, so there's just one other transition that I want to talk about. It's the one with the arpeggios. I mentioned that there was a neat part with the arpeggios. An arpeggio is just a chord that you spread out. So let me try to find this one. So listen to the right hand.
now, John.
Yeah, so there. So two hands. There we go. Okay. That's just the best. Okay. That was Piano Man by Billy Joel. So I'm so glad that I went ahead and agreed to do this song. I never owned a Billy Joel album, and it's just always been something that I knew existed, but I never took a closer look. So I've had a handful of experiences just like this on the channel, and I love them. It also kind of makes me feel a little dumb because some of this music I so easily could have appreciated and gotten into, and I just never did. And you know why? Things happen, life, reasons, But again, just better late than never. So I'm happy to do it here. So this is definitely a classic song. I'm going to stick with that term, classic. And it was definitely worth this closer look. The production of it, so the adding in of the other instruments, because I'm assuming that Billy Joel sits down at the piano and writes these songs out, and then he wants to put them on an album. And so you have to dress them up a little bit sometimes. I mean, you don't have to, but what he and whoever else was with him in the studio decided to add to it, I think, was just right. The bass for the bass line and the other pub instruments, very appropriate and not overly done. I think it all enhanced it rather than took away from it. So what are Billy Joel's thoughts on this song? Was he happy with how it turned out? Did he feel like he had enough control over the production of the song? Has he gotten really tired of playing the song over the years? Is it still performed? This is such a good song that I would think it would stick with a person, with a musician, with the writer for quite a while, but I could see eventually not wanting to do it anymore. But it's just so special. So I really want to dig in and learn the piano part. This is one that I would like to sit down and just be able to play through, have people sing along with you. Oh, that would be really fun. Okay, well, I'm really tempted now. Okay, so this was a complete pleasure of mine to be able to get this closer listen. And I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as well. Oh, is it going to go on my playlist? Yeah, absolutely. Not just my song playlist that I play music on, but like my playlist. Okay, so don't forget to do all the things, like and subscribe. You can find me on Patreon, become a channel member. And as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. And keep finally listening.